Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's December 17th, 2023. Looking at a recent picture of Norton Creek. Looking snowy on some of the faces, but still pretty dang shallow. Today it's looking dry. Next 2 days are going to be dry. Mostly sunny. Should be a really nice day. Highs in the upper 30s, so pretty warm. We're going to have kind of a little bit of northwest flow, but generally still in that upper level ridge. Kind of actually amplifies today before switching to southwest flow on the tail end of it. And tomorrow will be also dry. We'll have increasing clouds and highs in the low 40s. So pretty warm out there. Going to be melting some of that snow. Looking ahead, we have isolated to scattered rain snow showers from Monday night through Wednesday. Totals are looking like 1 to 4 in the mountains. That's inches of snow. It'll probably be light rain, maybe a couple hundreds of an inch in the valleys, not too much. But it is going to be warm throughout next week with highs in the low 40s. Looking at just that, this is for at Sun Valley Airport, and this is looking at pretty much temperatures staying in the 40s until the weekend. And we get some cooler air coming in from the north and drop us. There's still pretty big wide disagreement. The wider this box is, the less unsure the models are on to what the temperatures are going to be. But looking at the infrared long wave radar or satellite, you can see there's a closed low off the coast of California that's going to start to break down, and as that breaks down, it's going to shift that moisture into our neck of the woods. But high pressure over here in the Great Basin, and just closed low over here. Looking at the HRRR, this is not really much is going to be going on until the very end of this run. You can see that this is starting to make its way up from the southwest, and we'll start to get some light showers right before night. And it's supposed to really amplify Tuesday morning, like early morning, which is probably going to be this next band of moisture. And again, it's only going to be a few inches, but it's probably the biggest weather we've had in a week or so, so it's exciting. Looking at those totals, we'll look at Monday night first, so you can see mostly a trace of snow, looking like it's probably going to be rain in the valley, or maybe no precip at all. If this had shading on it, but didn't have shading on it for the snow forecast, that leads me to believe that it's going to be rain based on what they're putting out. But Tuesday is going to be when we get more snow. It's going to be mostly on the crest of the Sawtooths and then kind of working into areas of the western Smokies. And it looks like the white clouds will pick up a little bit as moisture as well. But looking at upwards of 4 inches in the heart of the mountains and less down towards the valley. And then Tuesday night, just trickling effect. I think Wednesday we're looking at another ridge of high pressure building. So looking at temperatures with this coming in, this is for the Wood River side. You can see the GFS is saying it's going to be much colder than the Euro, but still pretty good opportunity for some rain in the valley. When this comes through, it's going to be Tuesday morning into Tuesday. So as that sun comes out, it's looking like we are kind of in the 7,500 foot range for freezing. So that's going to be probably rain down in Haley. because again, you can drop about 1,000 to 1,500 feet off that freezing line and still have snow. Looking at the euro, though, it is looking like the freezing line is much higher. I think I have a little bit less uh, certainty with that. It seems like everyone's kind of looking at more at the GFS model. And then looking over on the other side of Galena Pass to the north, to the Sawtooth Valley, it looks like the chances of getting snow up there in the valley are much greater. Both models are kind of, even the Euro is saying there's a pretty good chance of snow falling in the valley. So it's looking like probably around an inch, if that. All right, looking at the 500 millibars, looking at the jet stream and the general flow. You can see tonight we're going to be pretty much lined up with this high pressure ridge overhead, and then that starts to shift into the southwest flow, and this closed low over here is going to break down and push some of that moisture up into our area. But you can see as that moisture is moving towards our area, it's dissipating and it's getting absorbed into this next closed low that's going to shift down the coast and eventually move east. But I think it's pretty, maybe not cool, but I've been seeing a lot more of these closed lows happening, and I don't know if that's associated with El Nino, but what is associated with El Nino is seeing this more split flow. So we got a jet stream to the north of us, and then another, it's not like a true jet stream, but it does kind of look like it, to the south. And usually the jet stream is going to sink more to the south with El Nino seasons. So that low is going to continue to move east. Then another low pressure builds on the Euro, and that kind of stays to the south. This looks different on the GFS. And then that kind of is the last run for the Euro. We'll look at the GFS, start this up at the beginning. So everything's looking pretty similar. We still have that ridge for today, real nice weather. This closed low over here breaks down, starts to eject some energy towards us, and then that's going to get sucked. Most of that's getting sucked up into this closed low that shifts down south. The one different thing here is this next little thing that comes at us is going to be more of a trough. So that's going to help introduce some cooler air, and that's why those temperatures are going to drop, because we have all this cool air from Canada dropping down into our zone here. And the kind of our best chance for starting to get that, if this model is correct, is for Saturday's our next little chunk of small moisture. This doesn't look great, but we're kind of, trying to get as much as we can. And then we'll probably get a little bit more as it exits. And then the next thing that I've been having my eye on, it's still in the long-term forecast, but is this big setup of the southwest flow with lots of energy that's kind of setting up pretty well, having this low up here and shooting this moisture straight up towards Idaho. So this is actually looking like it's coming. The 28th is when it was starting to look like the best for us. And now it looks like it might be a day earlier before that trough shifts too far to the south to hit us with moisture. So fingers crossed for after Christmas, having some actual big snow amounts come in, but we'll take what we can get until then.